Edit, I think I'm falling in love with my brother-in-law. Edit, this will be my only edit and only attempt to defend myself because I feel like I'm getting judged based on false assumptions, although maybe it's my fault for being unclear in the original post. After reading some comments, I'm walking back what I said about emotional cheating, but I'd still like to leave some clarification here for context. I was not confiding in Liam about things that I would normally talk to Will about. When I said we text, I meant that we send each other funny things we see on the internet, and not anything that could even remotely be described as intimate. Although we did have several heart-to-hearts late at night, they're conversations that I could have had with any other close friend, e.g. our ambitions or our family history, and I would have been perfectly comfortable with Will being there. I'm getting a lot of heat for the grinding. Maybe the criticism is fair and my moral compass is just totally off, but I don't think it would have been that bad had I not been harboring feelings for Liam. It was the kind of jokey, over-exaggerated grinding you'd do with friends. At no point did my ass or crotch make prolonged contact with Liam. I know for a fact that this type of dancing on its own isn't a boundary, or at least a clear one, in my relationship with Will because I have seen him dance in the same way with friends when we go out, pre-corona. Fuck all of you who are taking the time out of your day to send me hate. Edit, if it's not clear, I mean people telling me to kill myself and calling me all kinda of names, not those who are leaving actual feedback/advice that are critical of me/my behavior. Way to kick someone when they're down. I mean, I hope you are as morally inculpable and your lives as perfect as your internet persona might suggest, but the fact that you're sending anonymous hate indicates that that's probably not the case. TLDR, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. God, where do I begin? I spent Monday out of the house and talked to Will on Monday night. I started off thinking I wouldn't mention Liam, so I was saying stuff about how I missed spending one-on-one, quality time together, and suggested doing a date night next week. He said yeah, he knows, but he's so busy these days, sorry. I told him about my therapy session, and how the therapist thought it'd be helpful if we did a session together, and that I'd like him to join next time. He was like, oh maybe. Why are you going to therapy? I told him that's what I wanted to talk to him about. I'm scared by how I found myself feeling lately. I feel like I've started to doubt our marriage, I'm not being the wife I wanted myself to be, etc. He didn't say anything in response. Against many Redditors' advice and probably my better judgment, I told him I thought I'd developed a bit of a crush on Liam, that's why I wanted him to leave. I told him about how we kept dancing after he went to bed, and how wrong it felt. I didn't mention anything about my feelings possibly being reciprocated. He said he knew, he saw it on the Nest Cam. I didn't even know there was a Nest Cam in the living room. Then he was like, honestly, I really don't care who you fuck. But fucking my brother would be a little awkward for the next family get-together. I was speechless. I told him I had no intention of fucking his brother, that it was a crush that got out of hand. He didn't believe me, claimed it was just a matter of time, that he'd been spending more time in the office to give us space, whatever that's supposed to mean. Then he accused me of having sex with a slew of other men, my friends and coworkers, his friends and coworkers, his best friend on our wedding day. There's literally video footage of my every move that day. He didn't believe me when I denied it, but also said it doesn't matter whether or not it's true. He kept saying he always knew it was just a matter of time. There's like an hour of this kind of back and forth. Then I asked him if he even wants to work on our marriage. He went, I'm actually pretty happy right now. I feel like I can't even begin to describe this interaction accurately. It was like talking to a wall or an alien. I told him he's acting really weird and asked him again to join me at therapy. He insisted he has nothing to talk to a therapist about. I eventually told him that, if he doesn't think our marriage needs work right now, then it isn't a marriage I want to stay in. He goes, it's your world baby, I'm just living in it. At this point it's like 4 a.m. so I'm like, maybe you're just so tired you're delirious, let's go to bed and pick this back up tomorrow. So this morning, Tuesday, I try to initiate conversation again. He says he has no time, he's running late to a meeting. He goes to his office and stays in there with the door locked all day. He came out once in like a 14-hour span to grab food and go to the bathroom. Liam also stays in his room all day, so I'm wondering if Will said something to him. I see him briefly around dinner time and apologized for how I acted on Friday night. In the grand scheme of things, that conversation was very normal and uneventful. I said something along the lines of, "I think I let the alcohol get to my head and I acted inappropriately, it won't happen again, sorry." He was like, "Oh yeah, I guess that was a bit much," and retreated back to his room. I wait in mine and Will's bedroom. He comes in at 2 a.m. and when I try to talk he goes, "Babe, do we really have to talk about this right now?" As if I'm just trying to discuss what color to paint our walls or something. I start to cry and for some reason he takes this as a cue to try to initiate sex. I say no and he starts getting a little pushy and talking about impregnating me. So I got out of bed and now I've just been on this couch for the past 3 hours trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with my marriage. I'm just more confused than anything. Given the response to my first post, I don't know if I'm really looking for advice anymore. Just thought maybe writing things down would help me figure shit out, and people have been badgering me for an update. Sorry this wasn't the ending you all were hoping for.